Good morning and welcome to Autism Live. I'm Shannon Penrod and that's Lisa Ackerman. We're so
Hello.
excited to have her here with us this morning. In fact, we're going to have her for the whole hour, end to end, because we never, and that's not going to be enough time, because we never have enough time to talk with her. I outsmarted myself a little bit because I was going to have two puppets during the little thing, but then I realized I needed a finger to unmute myself. So it's that kind of a day, Lisa.
Yeah.
So I want to start by saying welcome, you guys. So thrilled that you're here. And those of you who are here with us live, wonderful to have you. You can be writing in your comments right now on Facebook, on YouTube, or on our homepage at autism-live.com. If you need to watch this show later on, please know that there are a gazillion ways to watch it, not only on Facebook Live, but recorded, Facebook Live, but not live, right? YouTube Live, and then also podcasts. But you can watch this on iTunes. It's a free download. You can watch it with just sound, or you can listen to it with just sound, or watch it with sound and picture. And you can listen on Spotify, on Deezer, and on iHeartRadio. So, but you can all check out the whole thing, all the things. In fact, you can see every interview we've ever done with Lisa, and you can see every recipe that she's ever done on Autism Live. And you can see there's a whole series that she did called TACA Talk. So you can see all of those things on Autism Live's homepage, autism-live.com. I don't know if you know this, Lisa, but we're not now showing interstitial things as much while we're in this COVID thing and we're coming to you from individual homes. But we continue to show those recipes like nobody's business. And there's a whole playlist. In fact, there's two playlists that are just you on autism-live.com, which is pretty incredible.
Sorry.
I look like you. That's so funny. I say the same thing whenever people say, you know, oh, I watch you all the time. I go, oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
But in your case, it's a good thing. For people who don't know you, there are lots of words to describe you, but certainly, you know, the one, see, I'm going to get emotional already. The one that comes to mind, because it's this week, is that you are an amazing mom. And that has driven a lot of the things that you have done in your life. You are the founder of an amazing organization, the largest parent organization in the autism realm. TACA, you're wearing the shirt there, which stands for the Autism Community in Action. But you do a lot of things, and you are a lot of things to a lot of people. So it's a big thrill to get you to be with us in the week of Mother's Day. Let's start with, how are you doing?
Well, one, if I ever need an ego boost, I'm going to just come hang out with you.
Please.
I feel the same way about you.
Oh, bless your heart.
So,
but I'm your biggest fan. I don't know if you realize or remember that. That may not be true. Your kids are probably, I'm right up there with your kids.
Well, my kids are something else, grandson too. So yeah, it's a lot of fun being a mom and a grandma.
That's right. Your grandma too.
Yeah, we're doing okay. It's I refuse to call this the new normal. It's just this interim phase that we will get through together. You know, there's a lot of disruption, a lot of people suffering, and we're just trying to work through it and help people where they are today and get them down their path so they have healthy outcomes later.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, so much has happened in the last, I don't know how many weeks, 9, 10 weeks, but in the midst of all that, an event happened that happens, about every 2 years. And we usually have you on right afterwards because you're a resident expert on prevalence.
Yeah.
And the CDC came out and said new numbers, and we mentioned it briefly on the show, meant to have you on sooner, and a whole lot of poo hit the fan. So thrilled to have you here. We still need to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's not going away.
Nope.
So talk to us. Give us the skinny, because you're our expert on it.
Well, I got sick right afterwards, but it wasn't COVID, so that's why you didn't get me. Still got the cough, but it's something different. So the number is 1 in 54 that came out, and there's a cool little chart from the ADDM, and that's the Autism and Developmental Disabilities Monitoring Network, or ADDM for short. all these cool little acronyms and names that we can have. TACA was established in 2000 as well as this group. Dr. Walter Zahudny out of Rutgers University is just one of my most favorite people in the whole world. And I keep telling my husband I may leave him for Walter. Please don't let that get out. Just kidding. He's an incredible researcher, and he's led the charge on this. And we're about 3% now of kids in the United States who have autism. It's worse in Jersey by far. But the chart that we have on the birth year, they talk about it takes quite some time for the CDC and this group to look at the 11 sites, do the survey and analysis on 8-year-olds and 4-year-olds. And the last number for 8-year-olds came out 1 in 54. The 4-year-olds, the number, it's hard to justify that because we know many people don't get their kid diagnosed until they're in school.
Yeah.
That number is not improving. In fact, that number, the learn the signs movement to get people diagnosed earlier is actually the timelines increased, not decreased. So it's 178% increase since 2000. It's a 10% increase in 2 years. And it's just too many kids. And with what's going on in our world, and I'm not going to complain, but I do think autism is important. It barely was a blip on the radar. I mean, here we are with the largest developmental disability, and it is a disability for about 95% of those living with autism, and that label that are diagnosed by professionals. So I'm deeply concerned, and we've got to get people to care. So any ideas, Shannon?
Oh my God. Right. Like, and if I even thought about having an idea, I would run to you because you would have had the idea 10 years before. It's sometimes it takes my breath away. And I gotta say, we have a viewer, a lovely viewer, Johanny, who wrote in and said, "Woohoo, Lisa Ackerman, ladies, I need to tell you, I'm getting really tired being mom, realtor, therapist, and first grade teacher help." So and I wanted to say that because I was just about to say I get really tired sometimes, and I don't have a right to, because moms like that are in the thick of it.
Yeah.
But it does feel like Mount Everest sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just when I think, gosh, we're never going to get there, something will happen. And I'll go, oh, okay, that's an inroad. And I have to say that the example that I'm going to point to is somebody that you love and that I love, Coby Bird.
Oh, I love Coby.
Right?
He's my guy.
And last fall? I'm trying to think because it seems like years.
October last year that he.
October, you do conferences every spring and every fall.
Yes,
and you had your fall conference, and you had the foresight. You had asked him, like 2 years before, to be the keynote speaker at your conference. And this is a crazy large conference, you guys. This is not some 35 people. This is, 10,000 people. It was, or not. I don't know.
1,400. Let's not get crazy.
1,400. Okay. I get it exact. So 1,400 people in a ballroom, everybody buzzing, exciting. And this 17-year-old young man on the spectrum got up and spoke for how long, Lisa?
He spoke for over an hour, and I'm trying to find the picture of him and I couldn't be more proud of this kid. And I think the most interesting part of it, he was on The Good Doctor was 2 years ago. And it was so interesting because I retweeted that he was on The Good Doctor. And quite frankly, I lost sight of this tall, mostly man child. I knew him when he was a lot younger and met him, I think, in 2006 at the TACA family picnic. And I was just laughing that he shared that after I retweeted him, that TACA changed his life.
Yes.
And I was blown away, and then I had to get reacquainted with Rachel. And then I'm like, oh my God, of
That's
course.
his mom, and his mom is
Yes.
incredible. One of my best friends. And
And
she says that, you changed their lives because she went to that TACA picnic and that it was everything to her.
yeah, and I'm so blown away by his transformation and just getting comfortable in his own skin. And my son Jeff had a very similar response to theater. If you gave him a script, he'd kill it every day.
Mhm.
He would be just having the best time. I'm multitasking, and I know you probably love that I'm doing that.
No, no,
Um,
no. I'm the same way because it's a great picture. I know it's a
I
great
want
picture.
that picture. But of course,
And
now I'm lame as Captain Lame Sauce. It- he
I
got
love
up
you
and
so much.
spoke for an hour,
Oh,
and I had people come up to me and say that was perhaps one of their most favorite presentations, because he was so real. He talked about being bullied. He talked about his struggles. He talked about how his mom helped him overcome things and lifted him up when he was down. And then he turned it around and lifted his mom up on days, and just really it was so touching and so sweet and so honest. And
yes.
he's just the epitome of a real sweetheart, someone who
Yeah.
really just became a really amazing human and sharing
Yes.
his story. So I'm so proud of him. I
And
couldn't
I'm
be
proud
more
of
proud of him.
you because you're a part of his story, Lisa, and made it possible for him and his family to do, to get the help that they needed, which was an important step on their way to him now being
Yeah.
someone who has the microphone.
Yeah.
He is, killing it over on Lock and Key on Netflix, which if you guys haven't watched, you need to watch.
Oh my God,
But
it's so
he,
amazing.
but he does red carpets, and he's speaking, and there he was on your stage. And I was so proud of you because I gotta say, Lisa, I don't know very many people who like walk their talk like you do. You were like, no, I'm gonna give the stage to a young man, not even an adult, like close. He's turning 18 this month,
Yeah.
but he was 17 then.
Yeah.
And for you to be like, yes, he's going to get the stage for an hour. And I was like, now that takes some guts on his part and on your part. And man, did it pay off in spades, because we were riveted. I was in the audience. We were riveted the entire time, that whole audience, standing ovation. And everybody was sobbing, tears of joy. And I don't know, that's what gives me hope that we are going to get there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because of people like you and people like him. We're going to, and now there's a whole host of people that are paying attention that weren't before, because they're seeing our young people. I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to thank you. I know, because it was great. It was great what you did. Your conferences are always amazing. And I just want to say to people that, you need to get to their conferences. And I know that you're going to be doing conferences again. And whether you do them online or whatever for a period of time, people need to go. You will get your batteries refreshed, plus you'll learn a whole bunch.
Yeah.
It takes me months to process the things.
Well, I think I attribute this quote to Magic Johnson. I really hope he said it, but if you get the right help and you have the hope, you can be anything. And Coby's a testament to that. And his mom worked really hard. He worked harder than he needed to, but he did. And he still credits being gluten-free, casein-free, and having the medical support and the homeschooling and the individualized therapy that helped him overcome a lot of obstacles. And it was just so sweet, because he's like, these are the things I'm still working on.
Yep.
And these are the things that I want to do with my life. And I love acting. And just to see him be so excited. And when Netflix released Lock and Key, I was at first in line to watch the whole thing. And we binged it at our house, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
And there he was.
I know, working. working,
Right.
just working
Good.
and being amazing. I gotta say too, because I guess this is the first time I've had you on since then, which seems crazy. It was great to hear him speak. He's an amazing speaker.
Mhm.
But I'll tell you what I loved as much was that afterwards you got up on stage and led him in a series of questions, which was really wonderful. And then because you're brilliant, you got his mom up on stage. And, you know, I
I
happen to
don't
know
think
that
Rachel
she's
was thrilled with me because I gave her like a 2-minute notice. I'm like,
well, and I was sitting next to her, and I think that she was like, "What?" But then she got up there, and I was so glad because I happen to know her as being like a brilliant person
yeah.
and a brilliant mom, and I was so glad that you did that for so many reasons. But I loved that people got to hear where she was coming from, which I think is remarkable. So
Oh,
you're
yeah.
brilliant, and thank you for giving everybody that opportunity, because I think it was good for all of us. So
Yeah.
I could just wax poetic about you forever. But let's talk a little bit about TACA. I
Yeah.
imagine that there are people that are watching that don't know that much about TACA, and they should. And they should know why it helped Coby and why it helped me and why it helped my kid and
Yeah.
why it helped his mom.
Well,
Talk to us.
it's our 20th anniversary this year. We had a whole 20th anniversary thing we were going to do, but COVID kind of threw that out the window for a little bit. Our goal is to provide education, support, and hope to families living with autism. So we serve over 72,000. We're adding on average 60 or 600, 600 new people every month. Our vision for people living with autism is like what with Coby and what my son's doing. For every individual diagnosed with autism to lead an independent and fantastic life. I always add that in. So we're in 32 states now. Right, well, all 50 virtually, of course, but physically we have an army of almost 2,000 volunteers that are just the most caring, awesome humans on the planet. They lift you up, they kick you on the bottom when you need it, and they tell you what you can do to help make a difference in your kid's life today. And I'm honored to stand with them every day. They're the best
Yeah.
people I know.
I gotta say, anytime I go anywhere that's autism related, I always look for where is the TACA group. You can always recognize them, even if they weren't all wearing t-shirts that said TACA, because they're the people having the most fun, right? And they're the people who look like they're the most comfortable in their skin because they know where they are, they know who they are, they know who they're with. And
Yeah.
I love the whole tribe mentality part of autism. And if you feel like you're missing out on it, you need to join yourself to TACA, where you can feel the love and feel the community and lean into a safety net that's incredible, absolutely incredible.
Thank you. And I think the thing that the reason why you see um, those ladies and gentlemen just lifted up and smiling and purposeful, they're hopeful. They have tools and they want to share that information. They're all about pay it forward, turn around, help the family next to you, and make sure you make a difference not only in your own life, but in the person in your community that needs you too.
Yeah.
So and that's why it's energy, energy begets energy. And when you have that energy in the room, it's really unstoppable.
Yeah. And you guys have done so many things over the years. You really looked at what the community needed and presented. It's a body of work, Lisa. I mean, 20 years. You got to be you're not done. I know you're not done, but you've already left a legacy that is large. Even if I just look at your journey guides, I know that's not what you call them. What do you call them?
They're journey guides.
Journey
You hit
guides.
the nail
Okay.
on the head. You did good. One over
And
there, I could go grab it.
well, describe for people because there might be people that don't know about them and haven't taken the time to make sure that they can get one.
Yeah, we have Autism Journey Guide, and it's over a 200-page tool, and it's everything you need to know right at the start of your journey, or at the beginning, middle, or halfway through, whatever. But it's everything that you should know about, the diagnostic criteria, where your kid fits in that, the learning tools, the dietary intervention. Food is medicine, 100% food is medicine. The medical pieces. If I could just pause on the medical for just a moment, there's 50 abstracts on average coming out each week prior to COVID. I don't know what it is now. I haven't been able to look at the science piece, but new treatments, new exciting things that are changing the world and the direction, and the coexisting medical issues. And I hate to geek on it for a moment, but the average number
Please.
the average number of diagnoses per kid with autism is 5. And a lot of those diagnoses, like for my guy, gastrointestinal, which is ileitis, mitochondrial dysfunction, metabolic conditions, sleep disorders, just a myriad of issues, and cerebral folate autoimmunity. So, I mean, that was before I got to the auditory processing, apraxia, and just reading comprehension disorder, which is a real thing. So he had 8 that I can recall right now. A lot of them are in the history books, which is great. So I know with treatments and what have you, things can get better. And then there's, going back to the guide, see, I can circle back. There's also the legal aspects, so you can understand the rights law with regards to, school. And then, of course, when becoming an adult, what you can do to help protect your child that may need your help, and then support. So it's really just a great tool. We're grateful to the American Legion Foundation. They print our guides for us every year. And last year we gave out close to 5,000 of them. So you get them free at our events or $5 on our website.
Hey, thanks for watching Autism Live. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.